Hey guys, it's Michael B, and thank you so much for joining my 17th attempt at making this stream work tonight. I don't know what the hell's going on, but welcome to Chill and Chat with Michael B. Tonight we're talking about what happened in Ottawa last weekend. Now I know Charlie Chuck doesn't want me to tell all the stories, but I have two specific stories I want to share with you. The stories of how I ended up ordering the Killer Instinct Pro and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And before I get started, this is not a sales pitch to get you to buy them, just an explanation of why I ended up buying them. And I'm going to tell you about the rest of my trip as well. It was weird, it was wild, it was Ottawa, and we're going to talk about it tonight. Thank you so much for joining. This is Chill and Chat with Michael B. So, guys, I gotta tell you, I was having so much trouble going on. I did something really, really stupid earlier. I got an email from somebody saying that it was a copyright claim on one of my videos, and dumb enough, I decided to go in and download the report, and I think I gave myself a virus. So I had everything set up to do my show tonight. I was going to stream it through OBS like I normally do it. You know how I have that lovely side, I knock my voice microphone now, lovely side piece over there that reads out the comments while I'm going live. And then I could had all my stuff set up to show, and then I kept getting a playback error. Basically, YouTube wasn't working. Now I've gone through the security. I don't know what to do. It looks like I've been hacked. So I don't know what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to change my password on my YouTube and figure out where to go from there. Yeah, I've got Norton. Norton's not picking up anything, but maybe I'll just change my YouTube password and hopefully that'll help. But basically, I couldn't start streaming tonight. So that really sucks. And it involved me starting and stopping the stream a bunch of times. I am so irritated. Anyways, I'm sorry for that, guys. I want to say thank you so much for joining me. I had an amazing time in Ottawa this past weekend. I wanted to show you guys pictures, but apparently I can't do that either because where I'm hacked, I can't sign into my iCloud, but I will try my best. Before we get started, I want to say hello to a couple people here in the chat that I see here. And I've also sent a link out to my friends. If they want to join me later on, we can talk about it. And they can make fun of me for what happened. So first off, we got Charlie Chuck, who's being very careful here. Remember, Cheesy B, what happens in Ottawa stays in Ottawa. Cornercade says, I did not get blitzed. That's accurate. Scott Lee asked him. Carl, I saw some of your comments earlier. We'll get into that. We've also got Long and Low, Andy's Game Room, Biggie D's Arcade, Derek Empire, Arcade Mountain, Mark 1915, Bobby Timpson, Jason, Art Davison, Chris Langlois, 93, BR, Cornercade, Chucky Shea, JJ, Steve V's, Man Cave Arcade. Steve joined us in Ottawa. Good dude. Couldn't stay, couldn't drink, but he stayed for as long as he could. 19K Fox, what's happening, brother? Digipunk, JJ, it's Michael B. Andy's Game Room, Joe Husaski, I hope I said that right. New member, Long and Low, thank you very much. Mike Hockhurts, Eric Tharp, JR, Sterling Hall, my good friend, buddy. Thank you so much for being here again, Sterling. David Gilbert. I know, say it isn't so. Conti Dinda. Mark LaRock. Dan Z. Dan in St. Louis. Kongs are us. He knows I got hacked. JJ says McAfee is your friend. All right. Chris Zeke. What's happening, Chris? RGT is sabotaging. I don't know about that. Poutine is better than Poutang. I wish that was. Papa Brad's Gaming. Console Fanboy. Who else we got here? Retro Gamer Chris. El Captain. Firestarter X. And guys, we'll get started going. So I apologize about getting hacked and the disruption it's caused. So guys, first off, I want to just start very quickly to tell you about this contest I've got going on with At Games. I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm going to try to get something up here on the screen now. So first off, it's gonna play it. That's not what I wanted to do. So just give me 1 second. I got to tell you about this contest I'm doing with At Games. It's a bit LCD Legends Bit LCD Community Marquee Design Challenge. And so far, we've been really struggling to get entries in, and it's a little concerning to me because it's such a cool contest and it's so easy to enter. So, the first thing I want to show you guys is the entry that we've already received. So, I'm going to put this up on the screen and show you guys. I don't really know how to use StreamYard all that well, but I'm going to try to show it right now, guys. So here we got the Legends Ultimate, my submission for Bit LCD, and I want to show you this video here from our dude. So here we go, get started. You can see right there, he's got his custom marquee. Everything's showing off there. I am having internet problems or something. This has been fun. I basically have to reinstall Google Chrome, I think, because this is where all this is coming from. But anyways, he's got his set up. You can see this nice background, and it switches from games to all that other stuff. Let me go down here to see if that helps. Yeah, there you can see. Man, so this is our first entry. I want to say thank you so much. Look how pretty that looks. So you've got that great 80s retro, I forget what they call it, neon background. Everything looks amazing there. So what you can see he did, he said, my submission for the Bid LCD Community Design Contest. And then he tagged at Games Gaming and at MichaelBtheGameGenie. Guys, it really is that freaking simple. So I'm just going to shut this down and I'm going to show you some of the other ones that we've got. Let's see if I can figure this out. We're going to remove that. I'm going to see if I can do this and see if it works. It's not going to work, but I'm going to try my best. I did up some videos earlier that were supposed to work my other service. So let's see if I can figure those out. What a friggin' nightmare. I'm so sorry, guys. So I want to show you this Happy Halloween marquee we've got coming in from Jason Wright. Mr. Right Way threw this up and put this out. So this is a At Games marquee you can download for the community now. Just want to show this guy to you guys and see if we can get this to work. So there it is. There's the At Games community marquee that we've got going on. Hey, Potion Sword Run. And you can see right now, this is one that everybody's got there to download. So what you would do is you've got your video file here. You can have just your normal marquee or your video marquee for the Bit LCD. What he's got done here is really cool. This is available for anybody to download now. I probably should have got this out before Halloween, but unfortunately I never got a chance. So anyways, was that. I'm going to remove this one now. Screen. And we will remove from studio. So I'm going to present the next one to you. I want to show you guys how to actually upload your content and submit it officially into the intro. So I'm going to bring this up. This is the actual video file on how you submit. So you're just going to, basically, you're going to add your video file as an image and make sure it shows your Legends device and your marquee and clear in the picture. Then you're just going to type in, this is my submission for the At Games Legends Bit LCD Community Marquee Contest. It takes a little while. It took a little while for me to do this. Yeah, it takes a long while. So sorry, guys. No, they won't work with Arcade1Up. This is specifically for the Legends Ultimate. Then you're going to make sure you're going to tag at MichaelBtheGameGenie. There I am. Then you make sure you're going to tag at Games Gaming. And once you do that, you just hit tweet and you have entered yourself into the contest. Now, guys, I want to show you what you can win. That's the big thing. You're all here for prizes, right? That's why we're doing this contest. So let me get the last of the prizes up. So first place is an At Games ALP Micro. You can win that with your marquee. And then there's going to be 2 additional prizes of the quad play control panel. So I want to say thank you very much to At Games for providing the prizes for this contest and sponsoring this contest. I really hope you guys will get outside of your comfort zone. I want you guys to submit something. It doesn't have to be the coolest marquee in the world. It just has to represent you. Put yours up there, put it up on Twitter, and who knows, you might be the lucky winner of either an ALP Micro or a Legends Quad Play control panel. It really is that easy. And I apologize how, how awkward that little bit was, but I was planning to do this for my other streaming service before I got hacked. Anyway, so the fun thing here we're going to talk about tonight is what happened in Ottawa. And just give me a couple seconds, guys. I'm going to see if, dear God, I can get into my service without getting hacked further. I'm so irritated by this because I had everything all ready to go. I've had to restart my computer like 17 times here now. So we'll see if we can do it. We might have something here, guys. And if we do, we'll be in good shape. There we go. Or I've just let the hackers into my phone one way or another. We will see. So, guys, just 1 second. I want to bring up the pictures from the trip. And then we'll kind of go through those. So I went to Ottawa for work. I left last Wednesday morning. I had work for the first 4 days I was there. But then on Friday, I met up with the guys. We started hanging out. And we just absolutely had a blast. We hit up Ottawa's two biggest pinball arcade places and just had a absolute amazing time. The $5 super chat for $5 super chat from Charlie Chuck. That 500 to that hacker was worth it. No more photos. Oh, there's photos, Charlie. I'm up and running on the photos here, brother. So I'm going to start showing you guys this screen here and share the trip. P-Dubs got mad at me earlier because I didn't do any live streams, and I can't help myself. I'm one of those guys that, I go to these events and I'm not much of a, what do you call it? Not much of a, my voice sync is off. Holy God, this is an interesting friggin' night, man. Okay, just cleared up. Good. All right. My God. So anyways, the first picture this is when me and Nostalgia first met. Is my voice still off? You gotta be kidding me. Please tell me the voice is back now. What an absolute nightmare. So anyways, guys, I'm just going to hide Charlie Chuck's comment here. Jesus Christ. I know you were teasing me, P-Dubs. I didn't think you were actually mad. That was the comment. You made a comment that, we didn't do any live streaming. So this is when we first met. And now I want to go to the next one. This is the first beer we had. So we got to the bar, House of Targ, and I bought Nostalgia this beer. We both had it, and it was Flying Monkey Juicy Arse beer. So, I mean, of course, I'm going to have to go with the stupidest sounding beer I could possibly ever have. So we'll see. Flying Monkey Juicy Ass. So then, of course, here's Steve, Victoria Stevie's Man Cave Arcade. He was playing some police trainer and then was kind enough to take this very debonair James Bond pose for us in front of police trainer. Then we've got Charlie Chuck playing Ghostbusters. And I got to tell you, I always thought Ghostbusters was a harder pinball machine, kind of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, even though Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the multi-ball is really easy to get. Sometimes the shots are a little hard to get. There's a little bit of a tighter ramp. But I actually had a lot of fun in Ghostbusters and scored a 200 million game, so I was pretty happy with that. There you can see outside, there was a food truck right there, that yellow food truck there. And that place was a bit of a sketchy place. Charlie Chuck got a Polish sausage dog with onions, and no one else dared eat from there. So anyways, that's the picture from the bar. And there's the next day. I'm doing a walk of shame with my brand new Nostalgia hat I stole from Nostalgia's bedroom. No, he actually was kind enough. He gave me this awesome birthday gift that I'll show you later. I was so happy to have it. So anyways, I now have my very own Nostalgia hat, which you can see me wearing on Super Game Room Dudes. Some of this stuff I don't really need to show. Some of this was just personal. But anyways, this was in House of Targ. They had an Addams Family pinball machine. I had a great game on this. Of course, I missed the score, of course. But anyways, Addams Family. I still don't get all the fuss that people make about Addams Family. I don't know if it's really that good, but everybody says it's one of the best games of all time. Certainly fun. It's got a lot of fun tricks to it. I started really enjoying myself on this. But again, I mean, with the new Stern stuff, it's hard to compare Godzilla and Stranger Things to an older game like Addams Family. But yeah, it's still really good. I'm glad they had an Addams Family there. There you can see Charlie Chuck. This was at the next bar we went to. This is the Ottawa Pinball Museum. And hey, Atul was there. So far, I've been on 2 trips so far this year. Atul has made both of them. Decent guy. I did have another chat with an open stream. Yeah, I shut that one down. I can't help it. I got hacked and I can't get into my account for some reason. Sorry, Nooner. So, anyways, this is from the Ottawa Pinball Museum, and some of the feedback I got there. We actually met a guy who said he knew me. This guy JB had been watching for a while, so I ran into him at the place, and he told us that they had recently brought in some new machines. So we had 3 new Sterns right here on the side. There's a unfortunately out Indiana Jones pinball, which I would have loved to have played, but we had Godzilla, my favorite. I got a close number 2 there now, but we have Godzilla, Led Zeppelin, and Rush, which we really enjoyed. There's some other cool machines as we go through. I'll show you some more. There's the other side, and you can see this is what typically they used to have. It's more the older machines. There's some stuff P-Dubs would like there. I know he would have been all over that Superman machine, and they had a lot of old Gottlieb machines as well. So there is a tool playing The Simpsons that was there. We also, I don't think I got a picture of it, but we actually got to play in House of Terror. We got to play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and a tool, myself and Charlie Chuck actually beat the game when we were playing through. Here's Tales from the Crypt, and I was so excited to play this because there's one locally I'm considering buying, and I was having my first game, I was on ball 2, and I just hit multi-ball on this, and I was having such a good time, and the machine actually broke. I broke it by getting multi-ball, so I was so disappointed, and we just couldn't get it to work. We even turned it off, turned it back on. Tales from the Crypt was locked at 48 million for the rest of the night, unfortunately. This is the Ottawa Pinball Museum. Where is it? Ottawa Pinball Museum Potion Sword Run. I was just there for work, and a couple of guys came out, and we met up. We got to go check out House of Tarrag in Ottawa, which is one arcade pinball place, and this is also the Ottawa Pinball Arcade, which we went to as well. So then afterwards, after our second night, this is when we all got dinner at the Brig Pub, and I do not recommend. And there's the next day where we all said goodbye. So anyways, that's as best as I could do. Best I could do for the trip. I didn't do any live streaming. I got too caught up, too much enjoying the moment, enjoying my times with my friends. So for people that were hoping that I would live stream some of the event, I'm very sorry. I just wanted to enjoy my time with the people there. And yeah, that's what happened. So anyways, Ottawa was a fun trip, but that's not why you guys are here. You're not just to hear about our pinball and arcade adventures. You guys want to hear about these Arcade1Up machines that I actually purchased while I was there. Now, again, disclaimer, I'm not telling anybody when I talk about this reasons or excuses they should go out and buy these machines. I'm just telling you why I did. So I'll start with... yeah, there he knows. You're the worst, best on-site reporter. I'm just the worst, man. This has been a nightmare. I don't know why. Like, basically, my Google Chrome is just dead in the water, and I can't get it to work. So, anyways, I will tell you first up. I'm gonna try to get this up on screen if I can ever freaking find it. Man, what a night so far, and I'm very sorry, everybody. Just so disappointed by this, but I want to show you first up. We're going to talk about probably the big bomb that went off this past week. So I'm going to share screen here and put it up here. So you guys, if you watched the pinball show this past week, you would have saw that Arcade1Up is doing the Killer Instinct Pro Series, and that's probably better there. So Killer Instinct Pro Series was announced by Arcade1Up on that 1UP show, and people were absolutely losing their mind. So if you actually go into the pre-order, you can see the Canadian price there. Don't worry, that's not how much it is, but it's $13.83 Canadian, $9.99 US. Then it's got the IPS screen, only 500 units available, and they said, act now. And everybody got really upset and said, what the hell? $1,000, only 500 units. Everybody was really, really, really... Sorry, P-Dubs, I'm a little thrown off by the fact I got hacked earlier. So that 1UP show, not the pinball show. So everybody was so furious about $1,000, 500 units made, and they don't know if there was fair value. The difference between me and a lot of other people, I've been saying this for months, and it's not because I had inside knowledge. I mean, Twisted Chris told everybody the pro units are going to be $1,000. He told us when he was talking to Nick, talking to John D. So if you want to know where that information came from on the price point, that came from Twisted Chris way back when the pro cabinets were first announced. It was $1,000. So the price is no surprise. We knew it was going to be $1,000. The 500 we had heard a little bit over the course of the last couple of weeks, so I wasn't surprised by that either. So that stuff is out there, and if you're upset, I understand. Like, it sucks because it forces you to make a relatively quick decision, and it's a ton of cash. And then also, there's so many shit out there where people are unhappy with Arcade1Up, so you may feel like you're not feeling the reason to buy. Again, I'm not trying to sell you. I'm just going to tell you my reasoning. So Worst Jago says only 127 KI pros remaining. We'll talk about that in a minute, but I just wanted to go over this. So what happened was I knew it was going to be $1,000. I knew all the prices, all that information. I just wasn't sure if I was going to get it because, and let put myself up here. Geez Louise, man. And in the main spot here. So I knew all along I was going to get this cabinet. That was always my intention. The only thing that was detrimental to me and stopping me was shipping. Every time I bought an Arcade1Up product from Arcade1Up directly, I'm in Newfoundland, this little tiny island in the middle of nowhere. So what happens is I have to buy the product and then I have to pay $200 for shipping, and that's for the regular product. Where this is the pro product and it's going to be a little bit bigger, I thought it was going to be a little more. So I was terrified how much shipping would be. I didn't want to buy something for $1,000 US, then pay another $200+ for shipping because I'm still going to have to pay tax and duty. So I figured by the time I was all done, I was going to be something like $1,900 into this. And here's what happened. I went in, and I'll just bring this back up. I went in and I clicked pre-order. And then when I clicked pre-order and put my information in, shipping came up as only $34. Now, I've been bugging John D and Arcade1Up. I did a stream with my Canadian friends and said they really need some kind of special Canadian shipping. I don't know if that happened. I don't know what happened here. I don't know if this is a glitch, if it's not happening. But at that point, when I found out, and I'm going to be honest, it wasn't me who found out that the shipping was $34. It was actually my buddy Atul who actually wrote in the comments, there's something wrong with their shipping. It only says $34. So that's when I went in and tried. And at that point, where shipping wasn't going to be $200, $300 to me, then that alleviated my concern about what I was going to do. And for all the people that's saying FOMO, all that stuff, yeah, it was FOMO. But the real reason I decided to jump on this, and the only thing that was holding me back was shipping. And once I found out shipping was dealt with, I was cool. I was completely fine for that. $34 to Canada in my remote part for shipping solves a lot of my problems. So I decided to jump at that point, and that's why I got Killer Instinct Pro. Now, for the people saying, no, I did not get a special. I did not get a deal on this. I have no problem telling you if I did. Basically, there was a glitch in the system or whatever it was. Anybody from Canada who goes in and pre-orders now, apparently you're going to get roughly the same price. So feel free to try. There's a tool who told me right here, right, the shipping is a great deal. And that's what the difference is. But I've been talking to a tool about it. The tool is not going to get the cabinet. Not right now. Now, for people that are making fun of this saying, I'm the only one who bought one, it's possible, but I did want to show you this. You can actually track how many are available. So if you go into pre-order, you can see right here, I've already got Blitz in there. You have to have another cabinet for some reason, but let me put in 300. It says 10 is the most you can put in. Click OK. And as you can see right here, an amount comes back 127. So this is a glitch in the system which allows you to identify how many are remaining. So of that 500, as of today, there are currently 127 Killer Instinct Pros remaining. So if you are interested, that's the number. The reason why this was important to me is I kept telling Atul, he was like, I'm going to wait. They're not going to sell all of them. And then eventually they'll put a bunch at retail in Canada. Maybe they will, but if you want to track that Atul, unless they fix this, this is your way to tell how many are remaining. So there's currently 127 remaining, and since I don't have 175,000, I'll delete that from my cart. So that was the reason with Killer Instinct Pro. I was always going to get it. Yeah. Sold 4 since late this afternoon. Absolutely. P-Dubs Arcade Loft says, I'm shocked they're only charging $34 shipping to Canada. It sounds strange. I will tell you, if they send me an email and says, sorry, there was a problem with shipping, we're actually going to have to charge you $200. I'm just going to straight up cancel my order. So if that's 100% where we're to, if the shipping wasn't reasonable, I just wouldn't be getting it. I'm right there. $2, but what about the Godzilla fund? Oh, you have no idea. No idea how far I am behind with the I know, I'm a piece of garbage. So that's it. For me, look, guys, it's the first. Let me just remove this from screen. It's the first Arcade1Up Pro Series cabinet. Is Killer Instinct my favorite Arcade1Up cabinet? No, I mean, obviously, I would rather have a Turtles. I would rather have Mortal Kombat. There's a bunch of other cabs I have, but I really like Killer Instinct, and I like Battletoads, and it's a great looking machine. One of the other things I'm really looking forward to is the fact that the Killer Instinct 3/4 scale has that shitty sound quality, the shitty speakers. I am very excited with the Pro to have another larger size cabinet next to my 2XLs that's also going to have dope sound. And when that amazing soundtrack hits, I can hear it. That's what I want to do. That's why one of the big reasons I'm getting this. Also, because honestly, I'm thinking about popping out all my cabinets and going with XL and Pro going forward because I like the way it looks. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, Conti. To be fair, iArcade only charges $50 to Canada. I've been saying all along, this is what I wanted to see, some kind of special Canadian pricing. I don't think that's what Arcade1Up did hit. I don't think it's a special Canadian pricing so much as I hit the price point for free shipping, and it's a combination of free shipping plus a little bit to Canada, maybe. Where was it? OTG. Killer Instinct is 1UP's best. KI is life. I really like Killer Instinct too. OTG. Yeah. I think it's a great cab, so I'm excited to see what the pros like. Potion Sword Run says, now, is this the only cab that's coming out as a pro? We don't know yet. What happened was Arcade1Up's marketing team announced this at before Killer Instinct 3/4 even came out, and we don't think all sides were talking to each other. So it really handcuffed Arcade1Up where they had to release Killer Instinct because that's the one marketing announced first. I mean, anybody with any reasonable knowledge would go with like a safe bet, something like a Street Fighter, Pac-Man, something Arcade1Up has sold well and can sell well. KI is a bit of unknown entity at the time because they didn't even know how well the 3/4 would do. Why risk something with Killer Instinct? But that's why I think we're only getting 500 now, is that they can test the waters. I still think there's going to be pro even if this doesn't sell out all 500. I think they've sold enough. So there we go. But Charlie Chuck, I know, is excited because it's riserless. And then, of course, one of the other concerns we had about the Pro was the TN monitors they were putting in the XL cabs, which absolutely sucks. And luckily, they got 19-inch IPS monitors. So whether or not it's a mistake, whatever, $34 shipping, that was enough for me to go. So then that leads to why I got Marvel versus Capcom, which is an interesting story. Long and low, huge super chat. You didn't have to do that, man. For me, the premium cost is worth it. I don't have time or effort with my work schedule to source a bigger screen, change out the buttons and sticks, add HDMI, upgrade speakers. Plus, if this does well, more pros will come. Thank you so much for the super chat, brother. Again, you didn't have to do that. So what I will say to that is, yeah, there's some stuff I didn't even know about, like the HDMI out. Like I don't really care about that because like when I'm looking at an arcade machine, I want to put the camera on it to show the arcade machine. But I get it. There's some interest to doing tournaments and shit like that. So HDMI out is good, so people don't have to come up with some weird option. Now, if they could friggin' put a spectator mode on this one, that'd be even better. Hopefully they can do that. The upgraded speakers, I really appreciate. I'm interested to see how good the buttons and sticks will be. So these are going to be Sanwas, I think, or are they going to? Yeah. So I think they're Sanwas. We'll see. So, I'm hoping they're tight. They feel good. And I hope the buttons feel good. Definitely better than the Arcade1Up products we've seen so far. Bigger screen. I don't know. It says it's going to be BOE. So I'm interested to test it out. And we'll go from there. It's the first. I wanted to get the first, and I'm glad. Haps, there it is. Haps. Thank you very much, OTG. So, uh, you know, we'll see how it goes. But the cool thing is, let me explain this is this actually freed up some room because this is going out in my other arcade where I have my two other XL cabs. I'm going to have my Pro next to my two other XL, which means I'm in turn going to sell my 3/4 Killer Instinct. That's actually going to happen this week, which gave me a free space in my arcade for Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which, if you guys follow me on social media, you'll know I've been looking at last week and trying to decide whether or not I was going to pick it up. And honestly, I had an opportunity. If you guys know Gabriel Gray, he was the first guy that got Terminator 2. And he talked about he knew the distributors and he got the special distributor pricing. Well, Gabriel reached out to me and tried to hook me up as well. But unfortunately, due to the fact that I don't live next to the distributor place, there was a lot of shipping in place and it just kind of killed the deal with me. So I never picked up Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That is until this past weekend when something really excited happened. And I got to show you guys this, and hopefully no one pops up on screen at the time. So this past weekend, anybody here in Canada would have seen the post all over the Arcade1Up Facebook fan pages, and maybe you heard about the sale, but there's a store in Canada called The Bay, Hudson's Bay Company. And last year they did a similar sale, but unfortunately the only cab I wanted at the time, funny enough, was Killer Instinct, and they sold out super quickly. So there was actually a sale this past weekend on brand new products. So you could get this on Blitz, NFL Blitz, and you could also get this on Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So this cab that I wanted, but I passed on through straightforward sales because they couldn't help me with a distributor deal or anything like that, all of a sudden comes up 20% off. So all I had to do was add it to my cart, type in Bay Days, all caps, Bay Days, and I got 20% off my sale. That means I saved $160, and I was worried again shipping was going to kill me, but what happened was shipping was only $40. So realistically, I saved $120 on the final price. The retail price here in Canada is $7.99 for Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I paid $7.80 tax in, shipping in. So I saved about, I think it works out to $920 here in Newfoundland with tax and everything applied. So I saved about $150 from what the price would finally be once I got it to the door. So I saved $150 on a brand new cabinet. And that was the thing. I wasn't going to get Marvel vs. Capcom 2 initially. I was going to hold off. I sold my X-Men vs. Street Fighter cab to get it. But with all the issues and the stuff going on about, like, you know, the online and stuff like that, I kind of just got like, oh, whatever. I got a full arcade anyways. I had to make room for Dragon's Lair, so I'll wait. They'll probably come out with a pro version of this at some point as well. So I said I would wait until it either went on sale or I was going to get an XL or a Pro. I didn't anticipate some kind of weird Bay discount sale going on place right away. So here's the thing. FOMO did get the best of me, but not FOMO for the product, because I passed on that last week. Could have bought it full price. It was my birthday. My wife totally would have excused it. I also had an opportunity to get it through the distributor with very minor savings because of the shipping. But what I got was I got this cabinet basically for $150 off right at launch because of this weird Bay Days sale, and my FOMO for getting an Arcade1Up at a discount really, really won out. So that's why I now have a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinet coming to my house. I'm selling my Killer Instinct 3/4, and that's why I'm getting a Pro Killer Instinct. So that's how all this kind of happened. Over the weekend, I had a bunch of fun playing with my friends in Ottawa, and somehow opportunities came up where I got a glitch or savings on shipping for Killer Instinct Pro, which then made room for me to get Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which also went on sale through the bays. And it's crazy. No Blitz isn't coming. Even with the sale, I still couldn't justify Blitz at this point, and I don't have room for Blitz. So I'll wait for an XL on that, or a very, very small cab. And here's the other thing, Charlie Chuck, I also have to admit, I will admit, Killer Instinct Pro, I may have had a couple cocktails at the time when I agreed to do that. So that may have played into it somewhat. So now I kind of ask you guys at this point, what do you think? Am I nuts? I know I'm nuts, but that's my story. That's how I ended up this weekend making some pretty big changes to my arcade. I'm getting my third full, well, they're not full size, but sort of full size. I've got two XLs. Now I've got the Pro coming, and I love the form factor. I've got my NBA Jam XL review coming up pretty soon, and you guys are going to see it. And I've got a very clear comment in it. XL is awesome. This is what Arcade1Up should have always been, minus the screen, of course. So, yeah. iPhone does the same thing every year, small upgrades. They sure do. Now you have to explain to your wifey when they arrive. I've already talked to my wife. I've already explained it to her. My wife knows that I'm a responsible adult, sort of. So, yeah, P-dubs, that's pretty much it. To recap, I didn't have the shipping concerns I had, so I got it for only $34 shipping as opposed to $200 to $300. And then when that freed up space, because I was going to sell my Killer Instinct 3/4, Marvel vs. Capcom also went off on 20% off. So there it is. That's the whole story. Yeah, and Jason, that's an awesome point. XL and Pro form factor, it just feels so much better. I just hate the fact. Oh, gonna throw that in there too. Yeah, and booze. He's right. I hate the fact that the screens on the XL were so detrimental originally. I've said it a bunch of times. With the Golden Tea cabinet, you can't sit on a stool unless you're Charlie Chuck and you're 6'5". You have to stand up while playing that one. NBA Jam has a slightly different angle, so the TM monitor is affected a little bit better. You can sit on a stool, but it still kind of sucks. So Frankie Bell says duties are going to kill you when it makes it to customs. It's possible, especially with the Killer Instinct Pro, like with Marvel vs. Capcom. That's actually from the Bay, but it actually ships directly from straightforward sales. And I should have that one saying on Friday, but I got a feeling it's going to be early next week for Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And then, of course, Killer Instinct Pro. I mean, I don't know what tax and duties is going to be on that. So it's tax for 1383 at 15%. I don't know what the duties will be. Bob Wife says, I'm happy for you, Mike. Very exciting, waiting for cabs to arrive. Yeah, that and this is it until next year, till we see what comes out. And it might be it for a while. Like I'm in a process right now where I'm not really looking to add anything else. I pretty much have everything I want. Like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, what I like about it is it's every fighting game that was on both Marvel vs. Capcom and X-Men vs. Street Fighter plus we get Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and hopefully one day it's even online. Yeah, I did because it went on sale, and I wanted to play. I sold my X-Men versus Street Fighter with the intention of getting X-Men versus Street Fighter, the Marvel versus Capcom 2. It's just I was going to wait. This is it. I swear. Recap, no Godzilla. Take the plunge, buddy. It's $14,000, Jeff. Thank you very much for the $5 super chat, but it's $14,000, and I'm a very simple man. Saving up long-term goals don't make much sense to me. Smaller incremental amounts like $1,000 are easier to overcome. So I know, Jeff, if I had any sense to me, I wouldn't have any of these Arcade1Ups, and I'd have $14,000 in my bank account just to do it. Ed T1138, my good friend Ed, go check him out on YouTube, guys. I started watching Ed as one of my first channels before YouTube worked the way it does now, where it just recommends you go watch Will Smith and other crap you don't really want. YouTube used to just show you your subscribers and who you were subscribed to. And Ed was one of the first 4 or 5 people I subscribed to. So a lot of the people I subscribed to only made monthly content. So if it wasn't for Ed, I'd have nothing to watch most months. So God bless Ed, a longtime friend, and he's a good dude. Says, no, don't do that. I haven't made a video in years. Doesn't matter. Maybe this will force you to make a video, Ed. $14,000. And I do have somebody here with a Godzilla that maybe I can play every now and then. So, Jeff, I wish I could, man. I wish I could justify it. $14,000. That's a tough one. Like, if I say to my wife, hey, I'm going to spend $14,000 on a Godzilla premium pinball machine, she's going to say, we could completely redo our kitchen. And I'm going to have to say, yeah, you're right. Gotta stop. Bought 4 Arcade1Up this month. About to put some in the bathroom soon. Yeah, that's round 2 too. I Smoke Mario, I think. Smoke Genie? Hey. Yeah, guys. So it's been an interesting weekend, but I'm pretty happy the way everything went. I am nervous. Like I talked to a tool from our Canadian group chat a lot this past weekend. Not so much about the issues with Marvel versus Cat. Well, we did. I'll bring this up. Uh, I'll bring this up again. I'll just show you. So Marvel versus Capcom 2. We've been talking a lot about some of the issues reported in the community, and like, when it comes up Marvel versus Capcom 2, it's a lot of money. Like, again, I only jumped so soon because I got a sale. I was going to wait and maybe get it at $100, $200 off because that's as low as it goes in Canada. So that's what I was kind of waiting on, but I got it early. So I got to jump in and do it. So I'm excited about that. But for the people that are, have already bought it and you're frustrated, I can understand why. The no online thing, I'm not as mad as anybody else because it'll happen eventually. Should have been there since day one. I don't know why it wasn't there since day one. I don't know why communication wasn't better. It is what it is, but eventually we're going to get online for Marvel versus Capcom 2. They have to. They said they were going to do it. If they don't do it, then they got a big problem. But one of the concerns that Tool was talking about on our trip was the fact that a lot of people were reporting that the PCB was overheating and there were issues like that. So I'm a little hesitant on that one. But from what we've seen, we got just 1 second, guys. I bought 3 so far. There's now $30,000 in my arcade, but you only live once. My wife calls it my midlife crisis pins. Man, I wish I could. I wish I could, Jeff. Thank you very much for the super chat, brother. I wish I could. I've been talking to my wife about it all year, and I'm really trying to make it happen, but it's I don't think it's gonna get there. I wish I could. I really do. The other thing too is I started to fall in love with Stranger Things too. So if I could get 2, I mean, or if I could only get 1, I'd have a hard time now deciding between Stranger Things and Godzilla. I think I like Stranger Things almost as much as Godzilla, believe it or not. But anyways, back to Marvel versus Capcom 2. So the issues with the overheating, people have been reporting on this. Myself and Atul talked a lot about it this weekend. And then on that 1UP show, they didn't give a lot of answers, but one thing they did say in the stream was Justin Wong said they actually underclocked the performance to make it better on the device itself. And one of the offshoots of that is if it's taking up less resources because they underclocked it. I don't know if I know the term. I'm not exactly a scientist, but this should also help with cooling on the machine. So there you go. Back to pinball. I do have to tell you, I was joking all weekend about I was at a work trip and I was there with the rest of our not-for-profit executive directors, and I kept making a joke, and I was like, guys, listen, have I got an investment for us? All you guys with your foundations probably investing in Canada savings bonds, different things like that. Nope. The investment is pinball. These things never go down in value. It's like the new silver. Invest in pinball. No one bought it though. So yeah, that's Marvel versus Capcom 2. I'm excited to get it. Hope they can get online working, and I'm looking forward to playing all 7. Is it 7? X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes, X-Men Children of the Atom, and then you've got Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus Capcom. So 6 of the working fighting games online against friends. I know Fox has got one of these. I'm going to harass Console Kits into getting one. I know B's got one, so I'll have a lot of fun playing with my friends on this and other people in the community. and hopefully Marvel versus Capcom 2 will get working. I'm still gutted. There's no Punisher. I'm gutted that the art isn't arcade accurate, or they didn't go with a more Capcom-y machine. But I have this form factor for Mortal Kombat. This is the new Swan Fin form factor, and it's really good. So yeah, Marvel versus Capcom 2. I know they hold their value. Anyways, I'll take that off screen. Uh, I agree, 100%. It should have had Punisher. I mean, Punisher's awesome. Punisher rocks. But from what we've heard, apparently it's too violent. We're not going to get it on an Arcade1Up cab anymore, and that makes me sick. What a stupid, stupid decision. Carlo says, "How much did you sell your Killer Instinct for?" I haven't yet. I got to put it up. I literally got home 3 o'clock in the morning Sunday night. Yesterday was Halloween, so I was with the kids all day, and I'm trying to catch up today. I got to go after this, go down and film 3 unboxing videos. Then I got to save the footage for, and then do a bunch of footage for this product I'm going to be reviewing early this week. So yeah, so I'm just trying to catch up. And tomorrow I'm going to put my Killer Instinct cab up for sale. I don't know how much I'm going to put it up for sale yet. I've never seen one online locally here, so I don't know what the demand will be like. I don't know. We'll figure out tomorrow. Jeff Walsh says, "I did pick up Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Let's play." All right, let's go. They only hold value if you don't overpay and buy an oversupplied pin. Yeah, that's the other thing too. It seems like everybody's selling these pinball machines, rightfully so, are trying to get as much as possible for these machines. So I've seen a lot of machines. Thanks, Conti, by the way. I've seen a lot of machines that are like, if you go to pinball, the major pinball sales place, they'll give you a range on prices, and everybody, regardless of what shape the machine is in, is always trying to charge at the high end. So it kind of sucks. Like, there's a couple machines here, like Demolition Man is available now, and that's at $4,500 Canadian. That's actually pretty good, but it needs a lot of work. So I've got to take a look at that. Pinside. Is it Pinside? I think so. Pinside. Yeah, Frankie Bell, that's the other thing. I wanted to buy it because I want to review it. I mean, I've reviewed all of the three-quarter cab, most of the three-quarter cabs, and I'm going to review my first XL cabinet this week. So, yeah, I want to review the Pro. It looks like nobody else has really bought it yet, and I understand why. Price point, and here's the thing. I get why people are upset about the price point. I really do on the Killer Instinct Pro cabinet. Let me just bring this up. Like, I know I'm crazy. I know I'm crazy for buying it. I didn't say I wasn't. But if you take a look at this, I mean, in terms of, consider this, if this was an XL cab, I don't know if it would have a TN monitor, but it would be $699. So where are we finding that $300 in value? So you've got Sanwa buttons and sticks. How much is that? Is that $50, $100 to change those out? I don't know. You've got your light up coin door and push buttons on the coin door. I don't know where the value is on that. Upgraded speakers, and like, literally that's it. You got a little bit better of a form factor, a little bit more accurate. So it's hard to justify that value jump between XL at $699 and Pro at $999. Of course, you get the high back chair, which here in Canada is $200. I don't know how much it is in the US now. You get the anti-fatigue mat. I don't know what else comes with that. I didn't really look if there's a tin sign or something, but it is a lot to swallow. That extra $300 jump from XL to Pro, I don't know. So I understand why people are discouraged, but I knew how much it was going to be all along, so it wasn't a surprise to me. Yeah. Why isn't Mope buying KI Pro? I thought he was a huge fan of the game. I don't know. I can't answer you on that. I haven't watched his footage yet. Again, guys, I've been so busy the last week. I actually missed a lot of these footage from everybody else. From what I understand, that like even my buddy 19K Fox and B did a stream, and they were both pretty upset with that 1-Up show, and they were pretty upset with the information that came out. P-Dubs did a rant on Super Game Room Dudes on Friday about the KI Pro. Me and Carl, we're Arcade1Up for life. Apparently, we both bought the Pro, and we're the only ones. So it's really, really interesting. I will tell you that. And there you go. Long and low, $5 super chat. Thank you very much, brother. Watch your time worth to source and install the upgrades. I'll pay the extra. That's a solution for people too. Like they say, well, it's only X amount of dollars for you to buy new buttons and sticks, and you can put them in yourself. But if you don't know how to do it, I mean, yeah, that's a really good comment. I'm not much of a modder, so I would enjoy that as well. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I didn't even get it for the sticks and buttons. I hope they're better. It's just me. I'm in love with this new size and new form factor. Like that's what I want to do. I want to, once I start getting a couple more of these, I'm at the point where once I get my next XL or Pro, I'm going to start moving them into my arcade and moving the 3/4 out. That's where I'm to. Thank you very much, Long and Low. So, yeah, I don't really have a lot more to say than that. Yeah, Jason, I miss P-Dub's Pro rant. I need to watch. I like his rants. Go watch Super Game Room, dudes. Me and Nostalgia got to pop in from our trip for a couple minutes here and there, but apparently he did a pretty good rant on his feelings, and Carl shared his feelings on why he purchased the machine as well. I mean, I don't have anything as prosthetic as Carl or as well thought out. I just saw something I wanted and something worked out in terms of the price point. So I got it. And that's where I'm to. XL is the future. Hopefully this IPS BOE monitor that they found to put in the Killer Instinct Pro cabinet is also the go forward for the XL cabs, because honestly, that's the only drawback. Like when you see my review, that's the big thing. This cabinet sucks a little bit because of the screen. Same as my my Mortal Kombat 30th anniversary review. It's going to be very similar. I will tell you that. Other than me making fun of the Shaq art. Gamer Price 40 says, I'm surprised you bought Killer Instinct Pro, Michael B. I wasn't sure Killer Instinct was a game you were passionate enough to buy a Pro Cab for it. I hope XL becomes a new standard. I agree. I like the form factor. I like the way it goes. I will tell you personally, I wish Killer Instinct was an XL and not a Pro, but I am excited to see what the button upgrades are like. And I really like Killer Instinct. You're right. Yeah, I'm not passionate enough, but it's about the first. There's a FOMO aspect there. I was always going to get this, depending on how much the end price was with shipping and duties and stuff, and where that gave in. That got my FOMO too much. So yeah. JJ says, yo, Michael, you got an aim track light gun with recoil. I don't actually have the one with recoil. I went with the one without recoil. So I can't help you there. P-Dubs would be the one to talk to. Mike, what are your thoughts about Pro being pretty much the same height and width as Big Blue? I'd have to look at that because the XL cabs that I've got so far, NBA Jam and Golden Tee, are a little bit wider. So, I mean, if Pro is the same width exactly as the standard 3/4 scale cabs, that's going to be really disappointing. Yeah, really disappointing. Hopefully the Pro is as solid build as iArcade. Well, and that's going to depend on the wood they use. I mean, the iArcade uses a little bit thicker wood and is a little bit more solid build. It's only 2.5 inches wider. 19K Fox says the same thing. Well, Fox, you would know this. I'm going to say this. No matter where I am, it might only be 2.5 inches. But if you ask my wife, that's a lot, brother. That's a lot. My Legends Ultimate is an XL 5-inch riser and Pro coin ops. Yeah, I mean, if you're happy with the multicade and that's all you want, you don't care about the art, you don't care about the looks, you don't care about the aesthetics, just want to play games, of course, the Legends Ultimate is a friggin' awesome machine to get. You can do so much with it. This isn't really a debate about what game you can play so much as how you play it. That's always what this debate has been. I mean, there's no debating. There's really good controls on the Legends Ultimate. You can play whatever the hell you want. It's a one-stop shop, basically, when you use coin ops and pirate your games onto it, yada, yada, yada. But, of course, if you want the original art, you want the aesthetic, you want that experience, you're not going to get that from the Legends Ultimate. You're going to get that from an Arcade1Up or a real arcade, or however you've got to get that nostalgia fix. It's almost 62 millimeters wider. Doesn't that sound more impressive? A little bit, right? And Kareem Joe says, I wish I had 2.5 more. Me and you both, Kareem Joe. Me and you both. Impressive. Most impressive. So, guys, and that's my whole story in a nutshell. This weekend, I had a lot of fun. I met some guys that I've been talking to forever, whether it be on YouTube, in comments to videos, over Facebook Messenger. Met Nostalgia, my brother from another mother. First thing I said to him as we were sitting down is, my God, you're hairy. And it was just great to get to catch up and spend time with him. Even though I call him a piece of shit all the time on the show, he's one of my favorite people in the world and one of the nicest people in the entire world. And I'm so glad I finally got to meet him and spend a weekend with him in Ottawa. Charlie Chuck, who I've been talking to a long time, also an absolute pleasure. We had so much fun. And Atul, for the second time we got to hang out. And Steve Victoria. Unfortunately, Steve couldn't stay with us the whole weekend, and I screwed over Steve Victoria too. I'm so sad because what happened was I was supposed to meet the guys around 6 o'clock because I was finishing work that day around 5:30, but we got off a little bit early and I rushed out to the mall to try to get presents for my kids. And one of the things my wife had really been pushing is that I go to Build-A-Beer Workshop. And of course, there was no Build-A-Beer in the mall. So I located one about 45 minutes outside of town, and I had to ride the subway to the terminal point, jump on a bus and ride a bus for about 30 minutes. And then I got lost walking, finally made it to the mall, got my stuff, but I never got home and got to the bar till after 8 o'clock. So Steve V had been waiting for quite a while. I didn't get to spend as much time with him as I would have liked. So hopefully we get to do this again and we get to spend more time together. Atul, it was great seeing all of you guys. I had lots of fun. I didn't want it to end, Atul. I didn't want you guys to have to leave, and it was sad. I spent some time just walking around Ottawa by myself before I got on my plane after you guys left. Gamer Price, do you see Arcade1Up making any new form factors as far as cabs go? I don't see what else they could do now. XL and Pro are a thing. Yeah, I don't know. I think that you'll keep seeing modifications to the partycades and the countercades to try to make those work. I don't know if Pro will be a thing, but I mean, the fact that they've almost got 400 Killer Instinct cabinets sold, even though it's not as hot, one of their hottest titles, I think we'll see more Pro cabinets. And XL, I don't know about the sales numbers, especially with all the negative comments out there about the screens, but hopefully they do more. I'm praying for a XL Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cab in the very, very near future. Give us a poll, please. What do you want a poll for? Base ports, airports, or speaker ports. It's all good, buddy. It was nice to hang out with you the time that we got. I'm sorry, Stevie. You were awesome, brother. And then I gave him a hard time because Steve picked us up in his car. And like, I'm a big dude, and I had Charlie behind me who's like 6'5". Steve's a little bit shorter, and I was like, oh my God, we're all crammed here in the car. But Steve was nice enough to drive us back from House of Tarek to the hotel. Then we went out to, what was the name of the bar we went to? I can't remember. We went to a bar, got all kinds of crazy appetizers, deep fried cheese curds, which were the weirdest, saltiest thing I ever had. And then some wings and some deep fried cauliflower bites, and they were awesome. Shinobi Game says, do you think KI Pro will sell out? I pre-order one. However, I wonder how many they will really sell. I will tell you that, do you think KI Pro will sell out? So I will tell you that it looks like they got 127 sold in a little less than 4 or 5 days. I think they thought it was going to sell out like during the show. But I mean, it looks like they'll get pretty close to selling out. I don't know if they'll sell the full 500, but I'm sure they sold enough to make the purchase worthwhile. So is it bad that I get enjoyment out of Canadians have to pay more for their arcades? No, not at all, brother. It is what it is. But technically, we don't really have to pay more. We pay the same. It's just our money is currently worth less right now. So I still have to pay the same US price. It's just it's more Canadian dollars. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, JJ. I thought about going. There was a game Thursday night where the Senators were in town playing the Wild. And I was thinking about going, but unfortunately, it's like a massive imposition. You have to get on a bus, and like the Senators don't even play in Ottawa; they play in Canada, Ontario. So you definitely got to jump out and go for, 50-minute bus ride to the stadium. So it's a little bit embarrassing around. I had FOMO because I was at the bar with some of my colleagues and we watched some of the game on TV. So I had massive FOMO because I didn't go. But yeah, I forgot to tell you this. We also went to Byward Market for Halloween. Like while we were at House of Tarek and while we were downtown, it was Halloween in Ottawa. And let me tell you, there were people dressed up pretty skimpy. So there was lots of eye candy, lots of cool costumes and shit like that. So that was another side attraction. Being in another province, another area for a big event like Halloween, that was also something really cool to take in. Oh, I know, Frank Bell. I wish, Jesus Christ. So one is sold since I've been on the air. 126 KI Pro left. Anyways, guys, I had a great weekend. I've made some decisions that are going to greatly impact my arcade and my wallet going forward. And most importantly, I'm back. I got all my stuff done. My hands are almost healed up. They just got to peel. And I'm back ready to make videos. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little while tonight. Hopefully, this has been fun. I don't know. I had so much trouble getting started. I'm sorry about that. But hopefully, I can figure everything out and get back to my normal routine next week. Everybody, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for watching Chill and Chat with Michael B.